Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. In 8th Judicial District Court Wednesday morning, Jerry Wayne Taylor was sentenced to 15 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice for delivery of a controlled substance, methamphetamine, between 1 gram and 4 grams. This is his third trip to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Tuesday afternoon, Eddie Dean Woodson, age 54, pled guilty to driving while intoxicated third or more times and was sentenced to 15 years in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. Eric Holly, age 29, was sentenced Tuesday afternoon to 2 years in TDC after pleading guilty to unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. Probation for Melissa Deline Smith, age 29, was revoked for failure to report to her probation officer, and she'll serve 1 year in TDC. She was on probation for possession of a controlled substance. Christopher Paul Sterrett, age 28, pled guilty to possession of controlled substance, methamphetamine, and was sentenced to 2 years in the TDC. It's his first trip. Philip Joseph Gibson, age 36, of Sulphur Springs, was arrested following a traffic stop for speeding. Gibson's continual clenching of his jaw muscles caused the arresting officer to detect that Gibson was nervous. The officer patted down Gibson for weapons and found something in his front shirt pocket. When asked about the object, Gibson said he had nothing in his pocket. As the officer started to handcuff Gibson, he stepped back and, taking a baggie out of his front pocket, he placed it in his mouth and began chewing. The officer tased Gibson, who grabbed the leads and ripped the probes from his body, according to the report. Gibson began to evade arrest on foot. The officer gave chase and tased Gibson again. This time, Gibson was subdued and placed in custody in the patrol car. The officer then returned to the ditch where Gibson had been subdued and found there the baggie that had been spit out of Gibson's mouth. The baggie contained less than 1 gram of a crystal-like substance believed to be methamphetamine. In Gibson's car, he had some dogs. Those dogs that were in Gibson's car were taken to the Sulphur Springs Animal Shelter. Mr. Gibson was taken to Hopkins County Jail and charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram, and tamper fabrication physical evidence with intent to impair. He's being held in jail on a $15,000 bond. Small thefts add up to large penalty. Law enforcement officers met with Walmart security Tuesday, July 5th, after being called to make an arrest. Jacob Randall Lively, age 33, was arrested for theft under $2,500, 2 or more previous convictions. He had been arrested for theft of property in November of 2015 and in May of this year as well. The charge is a state jail felony. He's in Hopkins County Jail on a $5,000 bond. And a 28-year-old Arlington man is in Hopkins County Jail following a traffic stop for a non-functioning license plate light, that on Tuesday night. When the Hopkins County Sheriff's deputy approached the auto, a strong smell of marijuana came from the interior of the vehicle. In the vehicle were 4 children under the age of 8, none of whom were wearing a seatbelt. They had not been restrained in the auto, and an adult female passenger was also in the vehicle. 2 smoked marijuana cigarettes in the front portion of the vehicle and other drug paraphernalia. The Arlington man is residing in Hopkins County Jail, awaiting a magistrate's hearing. Although the Planning and Zoning Board turned down a request to rezone 1326 West Avenue from single-family to light commercial, the Sulphur Springs City Council approved the first reading of the rezoning ordinance that will allow the change during their July meeting Tuesday night. The approval came after a 25-minute discussion. The council also approved a resolution directing publication of a notice of intention to issue combination tax and surplus revenue certificates of obligation to the tune of about $18.2 million. Regarding the rezoning, local attorney Greg Price addressed the council. Regarding the West Avenue property, he plans to build a landscape parking lot at the location behind his current offices. Price pointed out that a large number of West Avenue properties were rental properties, and the value of the location for a home has been greatly diminished because of that. He stated that most of the property owners were simply waiting for the street, located 1 block off Broadway, to be zoned commercial so that the land would increase in value. Price also said that no major improvements had been made in that neighborhood or along that street, or a new home built along the street in over 30 years. Tim Kelty, local realtor, pointed out that lots across Joyce Lane from the property are zoned commercial. Judy Brown, who owns the property, said that she had been trying to sell the property for the last 2 years. She said the houses around are rentals and the area is unsightly due to the commercial properties behind her property and renters along the street not staying any length of time. The council did approve the first reading. There will be a second reading in their next meeting. In other action, council approved the purchase of 2 trucks from Brian Tolliver Ford. Brian Tolliver Ford won the bidding against Texas Country Ford of Winsboro and Silver Springs Dodge because Brian Tolliver Ford could deliver the trucks in 5 days. One of the trucks being replaced has already broken down on more than one occasion. They also appointed Carol G. to the library board. Tim Kelty returned to the lectern during public forum to address the council regarding notices received by property owners along Holiday Drive. The notices from the city required property owners to mow and remove limbs from the ditches along Holiday. Kelty stated that the city had maintained the area until 2 years ago, and he wasn't clear why the city had changed and he was required to maintain the ditches along his property. He stated that when built, Holiday Drive and the ditches along the drive were built to conduct water from Interstate 30 to county creeks. Following the largest event on Celebration Plaza of the summer, the Independence Day concert, more programs are planned for Celebration Plaza and other activities in the city. Here is Community Development Specialist Sarah Dykes.
What is next? Well, in the month of July, we have these posters posted all over the place. We have all kinds of stuff going on. This weekend in particular, we have a Hunger Games movie marathon right down the street at Buford Park. All 4 Hunger Games movies starting at dark at Buford Park. Prepare to get comfortable. We also have the Battle of the Bands preliminaries down on the square July 16th along with our farmers market. We have farmers market every Saturday 6 to 10. We actually have our vendors set up as early as noon, so you can come out as early as noon, hang out with your children in the splash pad, hang out with the bubbles, just walk around and enjoy yourself, shop with these amazing local artisans and food growers who come out and have kind of created their own community of just hanging out and having a good time. This week's band on Saturday, July 9th will be Ernesto's Mariachi Band. Pretty exciting stuff. We also have Star Wars next Friday. We have Morse Code on the 23rd of July. We also have a really cool concert at Secret Garden Boutique. They are having Heather Little, she's a songwriter who's going to come in and do a little window concert right down at Secret Garden. We also have Matt Dunn and Tony Ramey live at City Hall. I believe you can get tickets from Matt Dunn. We have Sweet Steel at Celebration Market on the 30th, which means we'll have live music from 6 to 10, usually more like 7 o'clock. It's a little hot at 6. We also have August Osage County playing right down the street at Main Street Theater from the 7th through the 17th. Showtimes are 7 on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and about 2 o'clock on Sundays. It's going to be a great play. It's very raw and gritty. Parental discretion is advised when it comes to this play. There's a little bit of raw language going on. Also, we have the Dynamic Duo Music Comedy Showcase at the Civic Center. We also have on the square yoga, 9 a.m. every Saturday. So come out and bring your mat and bottle of water and enjoy the variety of teachers that will be teaching Saturday yoga on the square. The Good Dinosaur will be our movie of the week on July 22nd, and Guardians of the Galaxy will close out July on the 29th. And remember, Celebration Market. Farmers Market every Saturday, 6 to 10, live music, lots of fun, fantastic food, and a whole lot of really amazing homemade stuff. And that's it.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.